You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Coming to Northeast Wisconsin live from the Civic Media Studios, this is Mino and the Mayor.
Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive.
And here are your hosts, John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
Good morning.
Cold morning.
I do not want to start the day out where people are tuning in and thinking, hey, I want to hear Mino and the Mayor and Todd or the guy behind the window, whatever it is. I want to hear that.
Like that guy behind the window, yeah.
So I told somebody yesterday, I said, just contact Todd, commonly referred to now as the guy on the other side of the window.
We talked about that guy.
No, I just want to say, we don't want to bring you all down.
With weather, you mean?
Give him about a 3-word synopsis of the weather outside right now.
Very cold
and
awful.
Windy and wet and
17 degrees off course.
Yeah. I mean, this is truly
That's like
one of those.
20.
Yeah. I mean, put a little heavier coat on the kids if they're at the bus stop today, type of thing.
Doubt.
It is cold and icky.
Yeah, we gotta get this out of our system, though.
We do, man. Enough of this.
But I think we're looking at a good weekend, though. I know there are parades.
Not bad.
Not bad. Chilly.
Well, compared to this.
But as long as it's not raining, we'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
This would be terrible for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Because everything in Memorial Day is outside.
Everything. So, anyway. So, it's 46 in Green Bay, 45 in Appleton, 45 in Oshkosh. It is breezy. It is raining. High possibly in the mid-50s today. On meditation day. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to meditate. It's National Tea Day. I was actually...
I can't let you just get off with that. What do you mean you're going to meditate?
I'm going to meditate.
What are you going to do? You're going to get a video? You're going to read something? Do you know how to meditate?
I'm going to get into my mantra.
Okay,
get into your mantra.
I'm getting into my mantra.
The repeat.
Yeah.
You see the rosary,
I'll sit cross-legged.
Yeah, on the floor.
I'll watch that happen.
Yeah.
Well, if it's the rosary, that's going to be about a minute and a half. 'Cause I used to blaze through that thing like you can't believe.
It's the
Hail Mary, full of grace, boom. Hail Mary, full of grace, boom. Hail Mary, full of grace, boom.
It's the repetitiveness.
I know.
Of the like the mantra, like you're just talking about.
Anyway,
But
I was fast.
meditation day.
Yep. It's tea day. I was actually, I've got that list of 10 things of the only 10 things I'm going to eat for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And with the green tea thing, I was actually reading about that, how to try to make, because it admits it is like the most bitter tea you'll ever taste. And the main thing they're saying is, honey, which is for anything, obviously. But there are some other, I got to learn more. Like even that thing, one of my 10 things of the only things I'm going to eat for the rest of my life. The quinoa?
No, that you're talking about that
quinoa.
The rice.
Quinoa. So I think there are certain more natural type sweeteners out there I have to explore.
Agave is good.
Agave, that's one of them too.
That's very good.
Where do you buy agave?
Anywhere. You can. Probably not the dollar store, but I know you can get it at any grocery store.
Aldi's?
I think I've gotten it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
I don't know if that's on your list, though. See, the reason they gave you 10 things, it's 10 things, and that's it.
Well, yeah, but one of
you
the
can't
things
add stuff to it. It's like,
but
okay.
one of the things
11,
is green
12,
tea,
13.
and I know it's phenomenal for you. I will live to 112 if I start drinking green tea.
So I have an
Yeah.
idea for you.
Yeah.
Green tea, get some peppermint or spearmint tea to go with it, and then it's not so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try
A little
that.
honey, but a little spearmint
Okay.
or peppermint tea.
Yeah.
Mix it.
I saw a thing, a little meme that said, I switched from my morning coffee to my morning green tea. And within 20 seconds, I absolutely lose my will to live.
That's how I feel.
Right.
I know, right?
To go that extreme, you should you got to go off course a little bit, right?
I'm not that guy. I'm a real follower, Jim.
I'm not going to give up coffee. I mean, I'll give up a lot of stuff and I'll exercise, but I'm not giving up coffee. I won't give up cheese. Nope.
I could never give up cheese.
Right. Well, that's not on your list.
Oh, it's 11.
Okay. Tomorrow it's going to be 12. And
I color outside the lines a little
yeah.
bit.
No.
Brian says, always great to wear flannel in May. Hey,
I know,
boys.
right? Ugh.
Terry says, rest in peace, George Wendt from Cheers.
I know.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of tributes about, you know what nobody talks about what he did?
What's that?
The Schwartzky, the Bears.
Oh, yeah. On Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes.
The Bears.
I mean,
Right.
that was legendary what he did with that.
Well, yeah.
That's true.
And everybody's talking Cheers, which is great, but that made a big impact.
Yeah.
That was one of those cultural things.
How did he die?
Stop breathing.
Okay, Dad.
I'm not sure how he passed.
I was just wondering.
Died in his sleep.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's a good way to go.
Died in
Okay.
his sleep.
All right. It was
Is it?
78. Well, yes, it is, John. John, you don't want to see. Have you ever seen anyone die of cancer?
I don't want to
No,
die in
you
my
don't.
sleep, though.
Why?
Because I want to get stuff taken care of ahead of time. You know what I mean?
You never know what you never know what.
And on this new diet, I'm going to live for 20 years. I'm fine.
Anyway, that guy was a great actor. That was very funny.
What I liked about, obviously a great actor, and he was great in that character. But when he tried to do other things, I had a hard time.
Oh yeah, stereotype.
So he did
Yep.
he did a Columbo episode as the murderer, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was
And
really.
Todd's like, what's
Well,
Norm
we
doing
were
there?
just, you know what? We were just talking about Leslie Nielsen. How last night I watched 5 minutes of Naked Gun, and I laughed minimum 3 times, burst out laughing
yeah,
in a 5-minute segment.
That guy's out. Yeah, it's laugh out loud. He is funny, and I was telling you, that wasn't his thing. He was kind of a Shakespeare type, more professional.
He played a lot of bad guys when he was younger.
Okay.
You watch The Twilight Zone, I bet he was in 5 episodes of the old Twilight Zone and played bad guys.
Yeah,
Played like killers and stuff.
yeah. He.
Go.
I bet he was approachable too. I don't know. He died, but he lived in Florida, right?
Buddy of mine, I thought it was L.A. Well, I don't know, but
think
a
it
buddy
was
of mine that I've had on the show here, Greg, a sportscaster I worked with forever in L.A., he did one of the Jerry Lewis telethons with Leslie Nielsen, was kind of one of the guys. And they'd be standing there right before they go out, these people kind of nervous at this group.
Right.
And he had one of the...
I knew what you were going to say, right? The little fart boxes in his
fart
hand.
box.
Yeah.
And he'd do that right before these
Really?
people
Oh,
went
that's
on.
hilarious.
And he'd look at them like, God.
He was on Conan O'Brien one night, and he's just sitting there talking, and all of a
Did he
sudden,
do that?
and then he go,
No
that kind
kidding.
of. Oh yeah.
Because he did that at the telethon, too,
Yeah.
Greg said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so by the way, watched the Favre thing last night.
Yeah, you said that.
How do I put this? Disappointed in that they didn't put more effort into it. It was an hour long. I just assumed it'd be one of those 2-hour type things. But nothing came out that we haven't known for a lot. I mean, the Jen Sturger thing's horrible, terrible. Okay,
But
yeah,
that
yeah.
was all over the.
What year was that?
Yeah, right.
2014?
No, it was
15?
earlier than that. It was earlier.
Earlier than that, wasn't it?
Earlier, even. Yeah, I mean, it's the first team after the Packers. 11, 12?
Yeah, it was. Anyway, yeah, but that was big news for a long
10?
time.
I mean, you're talking 15 years or whatever.
Right. Who did it? I mean, what was it? Why was it a hit?
It was
piece on-
Netflix. They've been doing. They did
Oh,
one
okay.
on.
All right, it was just
Yeah,
Netflix.
but here's the deal. They did one on Urban Meyer as well. Okay, Urban Meyer, when he was at the University of Florida, had the most outlaw team in the history of college sports. I mean, it was beyond belief. Aaron Hernandez, who should be in prison, he killed himself in prison, but killed guys and whatever. And they kind of glossed over that. With Favre, everything was a negative type thing. And I mean, again, how do you hide it? I mean, those things did happen, but it's like, okay, yep, we know about that. The Jen Sturger, oh yeah, okay, and then he did that, yep. Oh, he chased and whatever. Okay, yep. Okay, and then it came to the thing in Mississippi, which pretty hard to justify what he did on that. I'm going to be totally honest with you. You can't. I mean, and the part that got me, and Burke Griffin and I even text back a little bit last night watching it, and the part that got me, we've been in the business of 1,000 years. We've done 4,000 PSAs with people, okay? We don't know a single person that got paid to do a PSA.
Well, that's why it's called a public service announcement.
Service
So you don't
announcement
pay
for a
that.
nonprofit.
Right,
It's
and
the
we
whole
have
thing.
PSAs going on all the time. Yes.
Aaron Jones did a really great one for Joe Olick's group here with the Brown County Veterans
Driver
Association.
did a ton of them.
Driver does, and you don't even expect to get paid. Maybe somehow Bus Cook said, well, he's got to get a little something for the effort. But but for him saying he got the $1 million that he personally got was to do a couple of PSAs.
He knows.
That one doesn't pass the smell test, as they say.
Yeah, that's just a tremendous amount of money, and unless he raised $100 million out of it, which he didn't,
Right.
I don't know.
That's of all the things. That's when it's like, yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
We both know nobody gets $1 million for a PSA.
And he's done PSAs before.
He's done 1 million of them.
and he never got. I don't
Not
think.
that I
Well,
know
like
of.
you said, I don't know, but we've never paid anybody for a PSA.
especially coming from a poverty organization.
Right,
or
and that's what it
whatever.
was, right? A
Yeah.
nonprofit.
And the guy's got plenty of money.
He's
He
got
doesn't
so
need the $1 million
much.
bucks.
No, not at all.
If he would have sent it to a charity or something
Done.
like that,
Yeah.
then, you know,
They
but
let it
still.
go.
And another one, and again, last time I talked to Brett, it was when I was doing the Rocky Blair golf tournament, and I emailed him and said, "Hey, Brett, if I sent you some stuff, would you sent me back every single? I bet I sent him 10 items, autographed every one.
Yep.
So I mean, he's, there's two sides of people. Just because a guy does something that, possibly is really, really bad. I mean, nothing's been proven in court yet. It's still trying to, whatever. I guess, right where it's at. But what I'm saying is,
No, I don't
it
think
doesn't mean
he didn't get charged. He didn't get.
No
they took
formal
him-
charges,
No,
right?
they took the other people down, but he
Yeah.
didn't get charged.
Okay.
So I don't think that's going to court.
So I don't know. Do I have to use the word alleged with all this? I don't
Yeah,
know
you
where it's at
really
for-
should. But
Yeah, alleged.
But again, to your point, like all the stuff that he has done that's good, and he's done a lot of good in
Right.
the community. Nothing
Not
of
even
that
the
was touched on.
slightest bit of
No.
anything good.
No.
You saw it, eh, Todd?
I saw bits of it.
What
and
did you
heard-
think?
Again,
I was just disappointed, kind of, and I'm not trying to be an apologist in any way, shape, or form but I was just, it's like, that was easy for them to do. You know what I
That's
mean?
what
It's
I'm
just,
saying. That's
let's
what I was
just get a
wondering what
whole bunch of old stuff and get Jen Sturger to sit there and talk once again how after 15 years she still can't get a job.
and they sell a few ads.
and boom.
Yeah.
I mean, not defending them. I'm just saying Netflix could have done a much, much better job, I thought, in putting it all together. What do you people think? Anybody else see it? Text us. Let us know what you thought about that.
Some
about
of those
the
are
Far Piece.
pretty good though. Like
Some of them are great, and I was expecting that.
I like the one.
And then I just want to say, if I could have a dream job, if somebody came down and said, okay, John, you've been such a great guy and whatever, and
that's a dream.
and we're going to let you have your dream job other than that's another thing we got to talk about. Other than a welder or a carpenter, okay, or heavy equipment operator.
Yeah.
All right. Mine would be putting together documentaries.
I could see you doing a good
Yeah.
job with that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
That would be
What's
my
stopping
dream
you
job.
from doing that?
You?
That's not way out there for you. You could do that. You could start business and do documentaries.
I mean, it's really no different than your books, right?
Right.
But,
You
but
could-
with the documentary, you'd be putting.
Put 'em
By
on-
the way, I had a nice talk with Tori yesterday.
Put them on PBS just to
Tori
get started.
Wittenbach.
Yeah.
Okay. Had a nice thing with her. She's all in on doing that book on women's basketball for UW Green Bay.
Good.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, me too.
That program is one of the most underrated programs in the country for its size to be where, because you'd have to, the thing is, for the GB fans that have gone on the road, although GB now has phenomenal facilities, GB's facilities will rival anybody in the conference, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But years ago, when that's all they had was the women's basketball court, were you ever there?
I never got into it.
And
till
they'd
they
pull
started
out the
winning.
bleachers
Yeah,
just to,
no, yeah.
you'd literally have intramural classes until like 6 or whatever. Then they would clear out, and then they'd pull out the bleachers and have a Division I basketball game.
Yeah.
So for them to build the program to be on that, and they won big
they
when
won
they were
a lot.
like that.
Yeah, they're good.
So what those coaches and everybody at GB has done for that women's basketball program over the years, I think one of the best mid-major stories in the country.
Hey, I saw this. We were talking men's basketball. See that guy they got?
Which one?
He's 28.
Oh no, I didn't.
Did you
I
see-
missed it.
No,
How
I
did I
didn't
miss
see it.
this?
I didn't see it.
28.
No.
20. That's old.
Why are they taking guys that young? He's
That's
only
in
in
the
what, 6
pros.
schools? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'll find
Norm.
it. All right. I was gonna ask
What was your
about it.
favorite Norm line?
It's a dog eat dog world.
Yeah,
And we're in
I'm-
milk
and
bone
we're-
undies?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
Another good one is, how's a cold beer sound, Norm? I don't know. I drink it before it has a chance to talk. All right, we got to set a quick break. We got a great lineup for you, folks. We'll be back right after this.
And your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Everybody knows your name.
Hey, welcome back. Mine on the Mayor here on a cold and windy and breezy. You know what this reminds me of? Late October high school football games where those last few games are just kind of crappy. That's why I'm glad today is meditation day, so I'm not even going to worry about it once I get my mantra with my green tea on tea day. and Cultural Diversity
My
Day.
mantra. That I don't think that's the correct use of that word, really.
In my meditation class,
Yeah,
it is.
It is. Interesting.
It's Eat More Fruits and Vegetables Day. All
There
right,
you go.
I'm all
Good
into
day.
that. It's Wait Staff Day. Great. I didn't know wait staff had a day. All 3 of my kids have been waiters, bartenders, things like that. God bless them. I never have, and I've always wanted to be.
You know what? I believe that.
Yeah, I'd love to be. Well, you saw me in action that night.
No, John, everybody should be wait staff. Everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
That should be like going to high school and study
They
civics.
say that in retail.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's just
Yeah.
dealing with people that you think are nice, and boy, they just think that's a tough. I was a waiter for years. That's a tough job. You got to humble yourself.
Well, I tell you, when I was across the street the other night watching the Brewers game in Hagemeister, and the one girl was training this other girl, and it's like, wow, you got to know a lot of stuff.
Yep. And
And she was asking how this one drink is made.
Right.
Well, that's triple sec, not the so-and-so. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
You know, off the top of their heads. And it's like, whew,
yeah,
I
Or
might
when
not
they
keep
just-
it all straight.
totally ignore you. You know, you're standing there, you want to get ignored, and they just keep talking. It's like, hey, come on, I got other people to wait. Yeah, I think everybody should be a waiter.
I agree
Waitress,
with you.
wait
Got a
staff.
text here from one of my boys.
Or retail.
Said Favre documentary was a complete waste of time. There was nothing new in it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Some text here from Cowboy Dave. Of the times I saw Phoenix women's basketball online or in television at opponents' gyms, there were maybe 40 or 50 people in the stands. In Green Bay, they have hundreds of people, thousands at times.
Yeah, they did.
Of people.
They sold out that Cress.
Yeah. Hard to believe Cheers' last show was May 20th, 1993. Loved NBC Thursday nights back in the day, Terry. Not even a question. We've talked about that before. This is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. I used to so look forward to Thursday nights. I was working in Flint, Michigan, and we had Fridays were so big with high school basketball that I'd always take Thursday night off. I'd work during the morning, get stuff done, but I always take Thursday night off because then I'd work Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday nights. All right, so whatever. So I always look forward to Thursday. Order a big pizza, sitting there, opening credits to Cheers comes on. It's going to be Cheers, St. Elsewhere and Hill Street Blues. And my wife comes on, she goes, my water just broke. And I had my first piece of pizza up here as the Cheers theme was coming on. And it sounds
Honey,
horrible, but I want to say,
Yeah, can you give it a half hour?
can I just watch it? Do we have time for this?
Wow.
No, I'll never forget that. In fact, when I hear the Cheers theme song, I think about that sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That was 30 years ago? The last...
32.
Wow. Yeah, 32.
Wow. Happy birthday, Cody Johnson, country singer. Judge Reinhold. He got off to a phenomenal start and kind of plateaued out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's doing much right now.
He started real young with Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then he had a bunch of... Well, then he has Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right.
All those. And I don't know. Ever since. Al Franken, 74.
think
He's a
you missed-
politician.
He missed
Throwing-
one.
we
He
missed
missed
one.
one.
Oh, I did miss one. Mr. T,
Did you talk about?
73. Seems like he should be older. Doesn't it?
There's a guy that... Didn't he kind of fade?
Well, he had
Well,
a
yeah,
shtick.
I mean, he had-
he
yeah.
was a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Anyway.
Although I got to be honest
Not
with
a good neighbor, though. Remember he cut all those
Yeah.
trees down? I hate people coming and just like, I'm so-and-so. Like that guy who owned the Redskins, too, right? The Redskins, whatever they're called, Monument now or whatever.
Snyder?
Yeah. He cut all those trees down, and the
remember
neighbors
that.
are like, what are you doing? Remember that?
Yeah. I got to... I'll
He's
tell
like,
you
so
quick,
find me.
you know,
Which is true.
Statute of limitations has passed, and he's gone.
Yeah.
But Lindy Infante told me when they were coaching in the USFL, I think it might have been Jacksonville or someplace like that, and they all got fired right before Christmas. And the owner had this big, long, winding driveway. Lindy and the assistant coaches went over and cut down trees for their Christmas trees on his driveway.
There you go.
I love that story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who else? Al Franken, 74. His career went.
Boy.
Yeah.
It did. But you know what? You can be a comedian, but when you're
No.
in a senator, I mean, come on, a U.S. senator?
Leo Sayer. 1977, ironically, 77 years old. Oh, I hit the post.
No, you didn't. You walked
I didn't
all
jump
over
in.
it.
No, I didn't.
No, you walked
Oh, my
on
God,
it.
I
No.
hit that better than
No, you
anybody's
didn't.
hit a post.
No, you didn't.
No.
No.
Anyway, go ahead, John.
Ronald Isley, one of the Isley brothers,
Yep.
I imagine.
Yep.
What,
What?
you bummed out because you walked
no,
all
I'm
over
trying
it?
to think of one of
Dorsey
their
Levens?
songs. Isley Brothers.
It's your thing. Do what you
It's
want to
your
do.
thing.
Yep.
Do what you want to do.
Okay.
Yep. Dorsey Lemon's 55. Boy, that era, you know, when I started covering the Packers, the glory year guys were like 55.
Yeah.
And Dorsey is 55.
How come we never had another glory years? And we kind of did. You know,
We did. We had a chance to have one. I'm going to tell you something. That 1997 team
Denver
was better than the 1996 team. And they went into that Super Bowl. Mike Holmgren, whatever you want to say about him, God bless him, that team was not prepared. They were overconfident.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't believe they were so overconfident.
Didn't you felt it going into the game? I mean, you knew they were going to mess up.
It was one of those things for anybody that's ever gambled, you know, on games and whatever, where you talk to people, it's like, this is such a sure thing.
This is a lock.
You got to bet on this.
This is a lock.
I'm telling you, I was talking to a guy, okay,
Right.
and they've never worked out.
No.
Those never work out.
Yeah.
And it was that same thing all week in San Diego.
No.
All week. That's all it was. Oh, my
Right.
God, you guys. And I told this story. We had Bruce Kostler, who was the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals at the time. Me and McCarron did a thing with him. And then we get done. He goes, are we on? Are we off? Yeah, we're off. He goes, you guys are going to kill him. It ain't going to be a game.
No.
I mean, that was the whole theme all week. And it got to the players.
When their fans say, yeah. It did. It got to them.
They should have won then. They should have won the next year in San Francisco. That Steve Young falling down and Terrell Owens catches that pass.
Yeah, we've lost a lot
There's
of
so many
that one-play games.
They had their. Let's put it this way: they had their window of glory years,
Okay.
and they blew it. I'm just being honest. They blew it. I got that off my chest.
All right.
Cheese Curd Nick coming up.
In the house.
Fanny Z, Jessica Williams, Jessica George, local combat vets, veteran salute brought to you by Olson Legal Group, Ben and Deanna Malco, John Kramer, Terry Bars. Stay with us.
No big deal. Ah, you need love now. Just as bad as
The Mayor on the go with the Civic Media app. Live, local, and always streaming. Download the app, choose WISS or WGBW, and tune in anywhere, anytime. Now, back to Mino and the Mayor. Here's John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
Hey, thank you very much. Welcome back. Mine on the Mayor here on a blustery Wednesday morning. Being joined right now by Cheese Curd Nick, who's going to be wearing that big old hoodie tonight at the farmer's market.
Well, we kick off the farmers market tonight.
We do.
God, look at this. Look at it out there. It's going to be great.
Oh, it's
Does this remind you of a late October high school football day?
This
Yeah.
reminds me of deer hunting season.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But maybe people in this kind of cooler weather will be up for cheese
No,
curds.
absolutely not.
I tried that already, Jim.
Absolutely,
Had to
absolutely
bring him
not.
out of his funk.
I've done the farmers market way too many times.
Oh, yeah, you've done a lot.
And
You could probably predict generally how many people are going to be there, right?
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be good.
But don't you think the
Well, who wants
first
to
one,
walk
people,
around in
I
this
don't know,
weather?
it's like,
Really?
it's
The
starting.
biggest thing is it's a northeast wind, and it's going to be
That's
gusting
cold.
to 25. So it's coming right off the bay,
Coming right down Broadway.
coming right down Broadway.
Well, we should promote it a little bit more than that.
We should.
that's
Yeah,
right,
hey,
with the
come on
great
down. Hey,
promotion.
it's going to be 68 and sunny, gentlemen.
I
appreciate the fact that Jim's trying to stay positive.
I know,
I
try
do.
hard.
I appreciate
It
that.
is the first one. I do think people are going to come out to kind of. I do. It's the first one. People can come out, get some of that food truck and your
I
stuff.
appreciate
and
your positivity.
I tell you what, Nick, I'll be there. How's that? So
All right.
I will too.
Yeah.
All right.
I will stop over and
We're
get
gonna
something.
we're
for
gonna
you.
walk through that.
All right. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then
Might not tip, but we'll come by.
Do you have the exact same location every year? Do you like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So years ago, I used to be up on the corner, and my lines would. And this is when my lines.
You're like Broadway and Walnut, right? Before?
No, I was on Broadway. What is that dead end road that? I'm on that same road.
Yeah. Okay. Because when I did it with you one time, you were actually right on Broadway.
No, I was on
No,
the
no.
corner right off of that
Or
same
you're in
road.
the corner, yeah,
Yeah,
but you were
yeah.
more on Broadway
Yeah,
then.
right
now
on that-
you got
yeah.
it kind of.
You're in
but
a little bit.
But you're in a kind of a cool little. You got your own little
That's like-
village
Yeah,
down
yep,
there.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like the food court.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it is. But
It's popular.
my lines, they didn't like the lines all getting all jacked up in the intersection there.
Right.
So then they're like, "Well, we have to move you." So I was mad for about a year that they moved me, and then I kind of fell in my groove there, and it's nice because I can have everything right there, to where if I would have my same setup now in the middle somewhere, it would be very difficult to do stuff
Oh,
because I
that's
wouldn't
good.
be able to have my trailer
You
there.
got a
and
lot of
stuff.
room
Yeah, yeah.
behind
The
you.
other
It's
thing
wide
that
open for you.
When you go down a little food court cul-de-sac, whatever you call that, you're a little unique there. I mean, there's some good food down there, but there's just not a lot of people doing fish. Why I was there, we had fish.
Well,
cheese
that
curds,
was I don't do fish for the public. I
I'm
do
kind of a
fish
fan
for
of the ragoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a crab ragoon.
Yeah. But you don't do that there. That was
No,
just
no,
for
I
us.
just do
No,
that
he
for
doesn't.
friends and employees and stuff like that. But it's our line. When it's a nice day, which it will be later today.
There you go.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Love it. There you go. Ding ding. Bell.
What time does it start, the market?
3:00, 3 to 8.
All right.
So it's 3 to 8 all the way through September. So that when September comes, which is, people are going to say, well, why are you talking about September? In a blink of an eye, it will be September.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it goes to 3 to 7, the whole month of September. So basically, when school starts, it goes to 3 to 7.
You talk about blink of an eye. Our kids are all going to be home for 4th of July. And that's here before you know it. And we called around to get some hotels because we're going to be going to a couple places. They're full. So it's like, ooh.
Get a VRBO or an
Yeah, I
Airbnb.
know. That's what we're probably going to do. I was just calling this
well,
past
here-
weekend. And I was
well,
like,
here-
wow.
and here's the
Wait a
thing.
minute. For here, you're looking for Green Bay hotels?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing with
I was going to say, wait a minute. You get a 4-story house?
Yeah.
I would be really offended if I was one of your kids.
No, they will stay. They'll be there a couple nights. But
Okay.
there's some other stuff we want to do.
Well,
I just want to say that.
Milton's got that floor. That's
No,
how Milton.
he's
You'd be
coming
like,
with
you'd be like, I could see Milton being like, I was reading that
Hey.
thing about Barron Trump, where that $3 million place stuff. He had his own floor.
The
for
dog
like the
did?
whole time. His son.
Oh, I
Trump's
yeah,
son.
Trump's son. Okay.
It's
yeah.
like an entire floor he had. Wouldn't that be cool when you're like 9 years old? But I could see Milton having that.
Hey, when you invite me over for that hot dog bar that we talked about off the air,
Think that's going to happen?
well,
It
no.
is.
Well, anyway,
Don't-
can we feed Milton hot dogs?
No. No. Hey,
Cheese curds?
No. Don't do that.
Cheese
Sneak him a
curds.
couple?
We had a guy on here yesterday, Nick. He's like the milkman of dog food, and he'll deliver it. And
I know him.
He assesses your dog. Oh, I'm going to get his number. I'm going to go see him. I think that's great.
He's
what
at
he
the
was
Wednesday
doing.
Farmers Market. So
That's
when you
what he said.
when you come and get cheese curds from
He'll
me,
be
you
there
can go
tomorrow?
visit. Yeah, today.
Tonight?
Today, I mean.
Yeah, he'll be there tomorrow. When
Jim will be there
with
tomorrow.
The tribes.
Jim will be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Where the hell is
Looking for him.
everybody? All right, cool.
He'll be there tomorrow on Oneida Street.
But it'd be better weather. Better weather.
I don't know if tomorrow's any better.
What are you
either,
drinking
but-
there?
It's a sparkling ice caffeine, so it's 0 sugar.
Never seen that one before.
Neither.
It's pretty tasty. It's got caffeine in it because I need a little.
Oh, yeah.
But today is Eat Your Fruit and Vegetables Day.
It
Nick,
is.
so you
Eat
gotta-
cherry.
Oh,
Cherry
all right,
vanilla.
you're
Let's see
there.
how many carbs.
Support the day.
How many carbs? How many carbs?
Ready?
Yeah.
0.
Wow,
There you
that's
go.
nice. I like that. Hey, I just want to say one thing, old man. You looked at that exactly the way Jim and I do with our glasses. Try to
That
tilt
helps.
it,
Look,
tilt it just the
Can you
right
hold that
way.
back a
Well,
little
no,
bit?
Hang on,
Yeah.
wait,
no.
let's get
So
her-
here,
there it
here's the
is.
thing with that. So my glasses, I don't need glasses for close up. I need them for far away. So the whole
Oh,
it
you
makes
take
it
'em off.
blurry. I
Right.
have to see. I can see better when I do this close up than that's cloudy right now. But if I do this, I can
I
read
got
it.
you.
But with all that said, and you sell cheese curds and burgers, you've lost 47 pounds.
How
You
did
look
you do
good.
that?
You do look good.
Well, the generic Ozempic, so semi-glutide.
Oh,
And
you
it's-
did. Hey, I
How
just saw
off-
a story. Did you see that on national news last night? CBS News, which I'd never seen before. Boy, that's strange with the two guys.
I know.
It's-
Is that
it
a
reminds me of a
throwback?
cable company
I mean, come
in
on.
1986.
And that
In
one-
my
Doesn't-
day, we only
Yeah,
had one anchor.
right.
Doesn't it have that feel to it, though, Todd? Remember when news stations used to try to be, oh, we're different. Look at where
Yeah.
it's like,
Do you think they're trying too hard?
A
I
little.
think it's
I
weird.
thought they were
And-
trying too
and I'm
hard.
not crazy about the anchors either. But anyway, I don't watch
I
that.
thought they were trying just
Yeah.
the whole.
What was the Ozempic?
But it was about how the prices are going way up again now on the knockoffs because there had been some kind of an agreement, even with and I'm probably getting some of this wrong, but the bottom line is the price is going way up by like $400, $500 a month versus what people had been paying. And it has something to do, and it's something to do with the knockoff type of Ozempic. I can't
It's not
pronounce
any
it.
different. Ozempic.
Well, that's
the
what I mean.
knockoffs aren't different, right?
That's
One lady
well,
said
it's,
she lost 70 pounds on the knockoff stuff, and the doctor there said, "I'll be honest with you, when people go off it, 75% put all their weight back on."
Well, it's like just like a diet, John.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'll probably never be off. I'm getting close to where I want to be. I want to float between 230 and 240. And so you have to do a video
I think things
conference
floated.
float. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
I want to get on a maintenance. I'll be on a maintenance shot once I get to that point.
What is maintenance? And once a month, or how often do they do that?
I don't know. He says once you get there, we'll talk about it. That's what
Who do
he
you go
said.
through?
What?
The guy in Appleton?
Or do online?
You do it online.
Because that's what the girl who worked here, and she just, I can't believe how cheap it was. I'm waiting for
$250
a month.
Yes, and then when you're on the shot, you're saving yourself $250 in food. So it's really,
I would agree with that.
You're not gonna. It's not like, oh my God, it's $250 more in my budget. It's actually not. That's what they said to me, and it actually holds true. You don't eat nowhere nearly as much.
But okay, so they're going to come out with a pill.
Yep.
Because you got to put needles in your body every day.
Yeah, I hate
twice
needles.
A week or a week?
Once a week. I hate needles. If you wave a needle in front of me, I'll pass out.
Right.
So my wife actually.
She does it.
Oh yeah. So I on my phone doing whatever.
She comes back up behind you.
Jabs you and walks away.
Yeah.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, it works.
Congratulations, man. Especially
thank you.
being in your business.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
although, do you eat your own stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
I eat. See, I really like. So the hot dogs that we use are Nathan's all beef from Coney Island.
Yeah.
So like when Joey Chestnut eats 68 of them, 68 quarter pounders is what he eats, and we sell those.
And they're good.
Oh yeah,
they're really good.
They have a little garlic taste. They're really good. Like I don't want to call it Oscar Mayer brand, but that uncased hot dog.
Yeah.
That's the best uncased hot dog you'll ever eat.
Okay, should I get those for the party?
You probably should.
Okay, I will.
Do you want me to bring anything?
No, Costco
bring
has
a dish
I
to
think
pass?
Costco
No.
has, yeah, they do. Costco's got really good those big hot dogs. Oh yeah, they do.
No,
And I'm gonna have
I'll be the
cheese
judge.
and onions and just it'll be a whole bar. You just make your own. I'll just grill them.
And then where's
And the beer, I'm just gonna have beer. That's it. I'm not. I'm
I
not
don't
making
drink.
drinks for you guys.
I'll bring
bring whatever you want, but no, just spotted cow. That's it.
the spotted. Oh,
Yep.
That's my wife's new favorite.
That's what I have.
Did you know it's illegal to sell spotted cow outside of Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I
That's
read
just
that.
like so.
Remember that's where that who's that crazy guy that they fly in for games and they just load up the plane with spotted cow.
So do you
okay.
remember?
Private people. That's very, very popular.
Remember Fat Tire or
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, that was the same thing. So all my friends, this was back 15, 18, 20 years ago. They would go to Colorado. A lot of them went to Colorado. They went skiing and snowboarding and stuff like that. Well, they would drive there and then drive back. And
What,
then
up with Coors?
No.
Oh.
Fat Tire.
Oh, okay.
Because Fat Tire was this. They wouldn't.
So
sell anywhere.
what's
How
the
is
law
that
behind
yeah.
that, though?
Well,
Or is that a marketing ploy? Or
It's a
so
law.
special?
Well, it's a law because like when I had my liquor store, like you guys have been on the Eastern Seaboard, obviously. Have you ever had Yingling?
No.
Yes.
Yingling is a really good beer.
Yes. I'm not sure where, but I've had that.
It's on the east-
YUG something?
Yeah. So the problem is a lot of these breweries can only produce so much. They're not like Miller. They're not like Pabst.
Right.
They're not like Budweiser where they can just pump, and supply the whole country. So what they did was they had regulations on, well, we can only sell to these states because that's how much they can put out. So when I had my liquor store, I'm like, I need Yingling here. And I didn't know why we couldn't get it here. Well, Yingling, one thing is if anybody even listening out there, Yingling is the oldest active brewery in the United States.
Oh, cool.
The oldest active.
Wow.
And they're where?
I believe they're out of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I believe somewhere over there.
All right.
So
The Dutch that started them up,
maybe.
I don't know.
So I made some phone calls. Well, I ended up going all the way talking to Yingling themselves. I'm like, why can't I get it in Wisconsin? And they said, we can't produce enough.
Well, that's a little different, though. I think the rules, because spotted cow.
Well-
that's a huge. They could put out more than Wisconsin, I think.
Well, right. But like Yingling handles like 14. I might be wrong.
Are
but
you sure it's not around here, Nick?
Yingling?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
I think you're wrong.
Well,
Because I don't
unless
know where
it-
would I have had that other than here.
Eastern Seaboard or
I haven't been
or-
Eastern Seaboard in 5 years.
unless somebody
The
smuggled
oldest one,
it.
John.
Maybe,
They could have had it.
Unless
All
somebody
right.
smuggled it.
Okay.
Right.
And I don't drink anymore, so maybe there is Yingling finally here. I don't know, but this was back in 2007,
All right.
and they said we can't produce enough. So what we do is we set up boundaries so we don't get overextended. So that's why there's like law, and the law states that you cannot take any beer or anything over state lines,
Right.
technically.
Yep.
So that's kind of like I believe that's a national law.
That you can't take beer over state lines?
No. Because like Line and Kugel, you could buy elsewhere, right?
Breaking news. I looked it up. Yuengling is now sold in Wisconsin with Molson Coors. They've
Okay.
joined forces.
Oh, that's probably why they did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But well, again, everything that I'm talking about is this is 2007 information, not 2025.
We like to be a little bit more current.
A little
Matt.
more current.
We're just,
Anything within 18 years, maybe?
try to inform
Yeah.
the people of what's current.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll do our History
Yeah,
Channel.
yeah.
You come
Okay.
back for that, but yeah.
Well, hey, that's good to know. Now what are you don't have to bootleg Yuengling into the state
Right.
anymore.
Well, there goes my business.
But I want to.
Todd had a side gig.
I think there's more to it than that because
I would do a spotted cow thing. I would load up a truck with spotted cow
Oh,
and
me
take it
too.
to
People do it all the
Illinois or
time.
Me
someplace.
too.
People do it all the time.
When we
You
did
bootleg
when I
that
went
stuff.
when I went to the Packers Rams game, I mailed a whole bunch of beer and spotted cow, and everybody that was at the tailgate like, oh my god, this beer is awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
That is good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we got to set a quick break. Cheese Curd Nick talking about today's farmer market on Broadway in downtown Green Bay. We got our veteran salute from Olson Legal Group coming up. We got some phenomenal guests with that. We got a full slate for you folks. Back after this.
Tell me so. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be?
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
But I could leave, but I won't go.
Hey, welcome back. Mike on the Mayor here, 97.9 FM, WGBW, 98.3 and 96.5 FM, WISS, and of course the Civic Media app. Orioles at the Brewers again today, 11:35 on WISS.
Oof.
Get out of town. I know.
Did they win last night? It
I don't know, but
was
oof.
5-2. That game is so slow.
they did win last night.
Okay, I was watching that and it's like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
yeah.
I don't think I saw
Contreras got out of a good slump the other day. Went 4
Yeah,
for 4,
yeah, yeah.
and he had been hitting not even his weight. I mean, truthfully,
That's funny.
And he's a
How
stocky
about my
guy.
weight? So not even his
He
weight.
wasn't even hitting your weight. You know what I think he was hitting? He was hitting with Jim Wade the first time he got, or I shouldn't say the first time he got married. With Jim Wade when he got married. We were talking about this.
We were talking about because my wedding anniversary is coming up, and I said to John, "How much?" I was, you watch the video and all that. And it's been a long time, 35 years, and I couldn't believe how much weight she's put up with. You know what I mean? I'm getting better,
I
but
thought you were going to say how much weight she put on.
no,
Oh my
she put up
God.
with. Hold on, I wouldn't say
was
that.
going to run out of here.
No,
I was going to move.
No, but
I was gonna,
there are people that weigh the same.
There is.
not me.
They're weirdos.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I was surprised. So we were talking about that, and
And how many was it? Okay,
he's-
how much would you weigh? This is probably what he was batting. What would you weigh?
No, I didn't bet. What? How much? No, when I got
No, when you got married.
like 140.
And that's about what he was hitting.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to be back. I'll get closer, but I'm working on it.
Okay, I got one thing. We're talking about the beer.
Yes,
What was the other one
that
that you
doesn't help.
came up with? For Spotted Cow?
Oh, fat squirrel.
Fat Squirrel. Okay, so I got a buddy
You have a
who's...
blue thing too. That's pretty.
Yeah, but I
popular.
meant when I had my liquor store, Fat Squirrel.
Where was
and-
your liquor store? I didn't know you had a liquor store.
Yeah, I was.
Did you?
No.
I had the last year and a half of the old Thirsties liquor on 9th and Gross.
Really?
Yes, it was Thirsties liquor, Thirsties, and then it was
Like, what's there now?
it's a vape store.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So let me ask this. I got a buddy that I'm going to bring him something for doing a bunch of work for me, and he's a Scotch drinker, and I've never heard of this Scotch. LAPHROAIG.
I would go to, where I would go?
It's
This is where I would go to get it. I would either go to Woodman's, or I would go to Ridgeview Liquor in Ashwaubenon.
Well, I'm going to start with my buddy over in Alloway first.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy
He's
too.
a great
He's
guy.
phenomenal.
Yep.
And if he's got it,
And he
he'll sit
listens.
on his stool and he'll tell you
Yeah,
exactly where it
go
is.
get it.
Yeah.
And then he'll ask you about the Packer draft and about the.
I'll tell you about him when we go off
And
here.
he'll
It's
ask.
for sale.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I would buy it in a heartbeat.
He'll ask.
Then you're married.
He's a
That'll be your
listener.
second marriage.
I'd live upstairs, which would make it my third. We got Nick here talking about the farmer's market. Well, Nick, again, at least the season has started, but man,
Yeah.
not to blow smoke up you, but You are one of the hardest working men in showbiz. I mean, you don't take like time off, do you?
No. So before COVID, we'd do 130 to 140 dates a year. And then COVID came and yeah. And then we went to like 80 to 90. And now we do, I think this year with the draft added, I think we have 73 working days, like 73 vending days.
Oh.
And then in our business, it's basically you add another day to it for, cleanup, setup.
Sure.
So basically, if I work 72 days, I work 144 days.
Right.
If you get an event, today starting at 3. What time does your day start getting ready for that?
I will, because our weather's so beautiful today.
Yeah.
If it was a normal day, I'd probably start by 8 o'clock in the morning. I would be starting to do stuff.
Right.
We have to be down there. I get there. I'm one of the first ones there at 1 o'clock, just in case, there's a just in case factor. I like to be at my events. I try to be at all my events early, just in case. Like 2 years ago, we had a fryer that went down. I cleaned out the fryers the day before, went down there, it wasn't light.
Oh.
And then, I'm like, well, that gives me time to get another, to fix it or to switch it out or what have you.
I know the farmers market's a big deal for you, the events, but what do you have going on? This is a holiday weekend. You doing anything?
Yeah, we'll be in Sturgeon Bay at the Sturgeon Bay Fine Arts Fair at Martin Park. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
It's one of the very few times when we talked about fish. This is the only event in the year that I do perch and I do shrimp baskets.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That sounds awesome.
And it's fine arts, which they're, they like that.
They have fine art.
Yeah, they do.
They have, it's a...
They're a little hoity-toity up there.
Yeah, they are. So they have like it's kind of.
I like it.
From the guy with linens.
For him to say somebody else is hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
all right, I was wondering.
I don't
know why you looked at me like that. I'm like,
it's
what are you
from
looking
craft. They have some craft stuff. When I say craft, I'm not. It's not super high end, but it goes all the way to, $1,000
What's
pictures.
about artwork? Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the other event that they actually have in fall is they have an auction, and every year I think they're going with boats this year, but they have like 20. They've done cherries, they've done bass, they've done all kinds of different things, and then they have artists paint them up, and they put them up for auction.
Yeah.
And the one year they had like a bass or a cherry that was painted up. It went up for auction. It sold for $8,000.
Wow.
And they do live auction right. That's in fall.
Did you see that one in Milwaukee? That boat that beached?
Oh yeah.
And did you see that? And they can't get it out.
Yeah,
Did they did get it out. They tried so hard they could because it had filled with sand, with silt, and it was so heavy.
Yeah. They ran out of fuel. They bought this. They wanted to take it down. They wanted to get it down to the Mississippi River, I think. But they bought it and they ran out of gas. They couldn't get into the harbor and they abandoned the boat.
But the thing is, it became a huge tourist attraction because then people paint all kinds of graffiti on it and the whole thing. And it's actually in the water. And there are these actual boat people who used to go there and take pictures. And a lot of people didn't want it removed because it was like this cool, unique city art.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I'd let that go. That's pretty cool.
Now they're talking about possibly cutting it up into pieces and auctioning it off to help pay for the salvage part of it.
Cheese Curtain Neck, Farmers Market. Where are you going to be, brother?
We will be down at the end by the corn, next to the corn and kettle corn and corn. We'll be there 3 to 8 tonight. Burgers, brats, hot dogs, fresh battered cheese curds.
Sturgeon Bay this weekend. Fine Arts Fair, Martin Park. Awesome.
9 to 4 on Saturday, 9 to 3 on Sunday.
And thanks for the homemade cookies.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling good already.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Quick break. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yep.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.